The redemption of Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero. Let's check it out. My boy Geno, man.
2025 has finally arrived, and in 2024, we had two very prominent children's gambling simulator games released. Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero. Now, in most cases, this would only be a cause for celebration because now everyone has more games to play. However, gacha game players are a tribalistic bunch, and
damn, bro, W editing from Genozat. Bro's done more editing than I've done in an entirety of my YouTube career already.
after you waste hundreds of hours or steal enough money off your mom's credit card, eventually you find the need to justify yourself somehow. This caused one of the most toxic wars I've ever seen between fandoms over which game was better, with seemingly both at each other's throats when in reality it was just 0.1% of chronically online.
Bro, they're throwing maximum hands in the background, bro. Oh my god.
The most toxic wars I've ever seen between fandoms over which game was better, with seemingly both.
Bro, this aged like fine wine. We're seeing this right now in real time on Twitter with Pokey's tweet.
At each other's throats when in reality it was just 0.1% of chronically online morons in their communities non-stop trashing each other on Twitter. If someone praised one or criticized the other, you'd be labeled accordingly a Kuro bot or a Hoyo shill named after the developers Kuro Games and Hoyoverse. On the first of every single month, the two would battle it out on the Gacha Games subreddit using the Gacha revenue charts to prove that their game is better than the other or justify why they spent their college fund on a PNG. However, this war is not the point of the video. No, rather the purpose is to illustrate how both of these games have recently done something incredibly impressive that is rarely ever seen in the gacha sphere. And
yeah, listen to their community. Improve on the elements that they release the game with instead of just keeping them stagnant. They have constantly tried to breathe innovative qualities into their game that separates them from the other games.
how it could affect the future of high-budget gacha games. And as always, if you enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be making more videos like this, or go to twitch.tv/Genozod as I stream daily. Recently, both Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero have released some enormous changes to their games. Patch 1.4 for Zenless fundamentally overhauled multiple core systems of the game, adding personal character ults, removing the TVs from the main story.
1.4, as I said before, it wowed me. I was blown away by 1.4, man. The triple ult instead of the one ult was such a game changer to that game's combat. It doesn't feel anywhere remotely near the same anymore. It's so good, man. The systems that they released on launch have been changed to a degree where they're unrecognizable from the launch.
And excited a ton of players with events, freebies, and a long-awaited character release. Wuthering Waves released version 2.0, exceeding players' expectations in multiple ways by making a new continent with really unique biomes and a flight system making exploration exciting again, while also writing a well-received story and hyping players with new characters. These two updates were not only the largest to happen to their respective games, but also have done the impossible, actually listening to the players for once, which never happens.
That's exactly what I said earlier. Yeah, I'll be real, man. How it took so long for an open world gacha game to put flight in their game is just insane. It really is.
This shows they actually can put the effort in and listen to players to make a better experience for everyone, just most gacha games don't. Many players will always settle for less in games they enjoy and often defend them to the death. But through valid criticism and possibly lowering revenues, both games were able to improve to what they are today. Whether players want to admit it or not, if the games had never begun to falter or have to compete with other games, they may never.
Hey chat, real quick, this is the first time I'm doing this mid-video. This video is criminally underrated. There's no way in hell it should have 6.7K views. We got to get our brother in the algorithm here, man. What the fuck's going on, chat? Chat, go over and leave a like. All right, 769. Come on, man. We got to get that. Those are Ricky. We got to get that shit up. 769, my ass. All right, chat. Hold on. Let's get our boy. This video is so well done. It's better than videos that get so much more views and they're dog shit videos. Yeah, go and support my boy. Leave a like. I've linked it in both YouTube and Twitch. This is This video's presentation's good. Its substance is good. Come on, man. 228. When I look at this, we got to get this at least to 1,000. All right, let's go.
Never have reached this point. Competition leads to excellence, and with so many games in the market, unless you step it up, you really won't be noticed. Well, unless you're some garbage like Fake Grand Order. However,
base shot at Fake Grand Order. Base shot.
since their launches, I had seen both communities very defensive of their game against all criticism. Now, obviously, not all of it is valid. Especially after release, people who hate the game will trash it, like me, but then they move on and you'll hear less negativity. As the company, it's important to sift through the criticism and find valid and real ones for games to be better. Both Wuthering Waves and Zenless
Bro's B-roll was immaculate.
Zone Zero had previously
Saint Tontes would be proud.
released fairly close to one another for being such huge releases in the gacha sphere, which immediately started some conflict despite being completely different genres of games. You may as well compare Path of Exile 2 to Marvel Rivals. However, both have one thing I believe was in common. They were both released prematurely. Let me explain by talking about them one at a time. Wuthering Waves on release had numerous issues. It had terrible optimization to the point many couldn't play, and people's phones were basically nuclear reactors, Chernobyl 2, and even on PC it could
Buggering Waves, bro. That's where I coined the name Buggering Waves.
crash or lag. The story and voice acting
I remember my stream crashed like 4 times on launch. It's a horrible feeling.
was abysmal. They had recently rewritten the entire story after negative feedback, and realistically, it's pretty hard to rewrite so much in a short amount of time and have it work, and it really showed. Thank God they had a skip button. As for the voice acting,
Oh man, let's hear that one more time.
amount of time and have it work, and it really showed. Thank God they had a skip button.
Yes. Yes.
As for the voice acting,
Are you feeling all right?
Okay.
whoever the VA director was clearly hadn't ever heard English before because even Jeff Bezos sounds more human. While the game overall had a
I think Yang Yang had the worst voice direction I've ever heard in all of the gacha games, guys. It was bad, bro. It was so bad.
good skeleton, it required large updates to truly become what it was meant to be. Firstly, the 1.1 update added better story, voice acting, and music with Mount Firmament, also a lot of optimization. Then 1.3 pushed the story, music, and area design even further with the Black Shores, and a lot more optimization. Now finally in 2.0, the game has improved almost every single facet from the base game with insane upgrades to exploration and area design, and now the music has elevated itself to bangers you actually enjoy instead of boring noise.
I'm really trying to think. The only like I'm trying to think with clarity here on what facet Wuthering Waves did not improve on. I think the only one is Tower of Adversity. Yeah, I would say that's it. Tower of Adversity. Ecosystem. That's fair. Ecosystem it too. Well, did they improve on the ecosystem? They actually no, hold on. Chat, you're saying the ecosystem still needs improvement, right? They did improve on it though. It just still needs more improvement. But they improved on it. We're saying they just didn't touch it. They didn't touch it at all. Tower of Adversity is 100%. They did not touch that shit. That's what I mean. I agree, chat, that ecosystem needs more improvement. I completely agree. But what did they just completely say? Yeah, we're just not touching that. The tuners part? Yeah, I do. I agree. It does.
Also, this update probably would have been received well by players and considered a great patch normally, but the real cherry on top, the actual best part of the entire update, is the flying system. Genuinely, not
Yeah, bro, it's so good, man. It's so good. I hate the fact that I haven't played the game offline and just flew around and explored. I hate that fact because I love it so much.
even a meme. This
Anytime I stream,
actually
I love it.
changes everything. And once you try them, you literally
You missed the MTash meme right there, bro. You got to put him in there anytime, bro. All right, mention it changes everything and he will come.
cannot go back to 1.0. That trash-ass no-fly zone feels worse than a Dark Souls swamp. Running is for complete losers, and I'm never going back.
Base.
Next, Zenless Zone Zero. While the game overall was much more polished than Wuthering Waves on launch, it still had some
Holy
huge
based.
underlying issues. Firstly, it had the TV puzzle system. Everybody loves that system, right? But it was widely hated by players, even in previous betas, and replaced a large chunk of the gameplay. Also, the average age of players was probably too young to even know what the hell a CRT TV is. So unless they play Smash Bros. Melee, they probably were confused what they were even looking at.
W Promised Neverland B-roll.
This system was so polarizing that they even stated on Twitter they would remove it, only to then retract the statement shortly after due to backlash. Secondly, some of the gameplay decisions made no sense, such as every character sharing the same ultimate bar. You would only ever use the strongest character's ult and never even see the other team members, which anyone who played for an hour could honestly tell you. Duh, you're gonna ult with your strongest member, right? Also, they didn't really have any endgame to play, so there wasn't much point.
You really, if you like sit down, apply just a bit of critical thought to their system of the one shared ult, it just made no fucking sense with the combat, man. It just really didn't. You know, it's like, why even give the other characters an ult when you know you're just going to use it with the DPS, man? You know? So, yeah, he's right. That's why I said, like, it's not even the same game anymore now that you can ult with your whole team. It is by every sense of the statement, a game changer.
And getting that much stronger, and with no world to explore, you kind of ran out of content really quickly. Now, since the start, they've improved the game in tons of quality of life ways, even allowing you to run around as an 8-foot tall furry if you're really into that.
If you run around with Big Ben, what the fuck, man? I mean, what are you even playing Zenless Zone Zero for? Bro, that's like going in a chocolate store and looking for Twizzlers. You went into the #1 Gooner game in the mainstream space and chose to walk around with Big Sloppy Ben? What the fuck, guys?
They've also added way more games to the arcade and are slowly fleshing out some more. They added multiple endgame modes to play, including an infinite tower to challenge, finally making a big budget gacha have more difficult replayable content. They also made Miyabi, who is easily the most fun character in the game at the moment, while also power creeping everything previous.
I don't care what anybody says about Miyabi's power creep. It was based. It's canonically accurate. It's fucking lit. I love it. You know what's crazy about Miyabi's power creep, chat? You want to know what's crazy about Miyabi's power creep? You want to know why it's okay? They gave you a whole fucking patch to acquire her. They put her next to a character they gave to you for completely free. And everybody knew she was coming. This makes the power creep fine because I would argue that anybody who sought Miyabi got Miyabi. Because it was way infinitely less FOMO. I would argue that Miyabi is probably the most easily accessible character in the entirety of Hoyoverse. There was not an easier character to acquire than Miyabi. I'm just going to go ahead and tell it to you. Like a whole patch, hella fucking gems to make your wishes, next to a free character. So you really only got to focus on her. Ayaka in 2.7. Yeah, but that was a rerun, right? You're right though. You know what? Okay, that was a. I'm gonna be out. That was damn man. That was a good one. Shit, man, that was a good one, chat. How the fuck y'all was quick with that one, bro? How you thinking that shit so fast? Either way though, like Ayaka, like when you think about the. Ayaka had the whole, like, I don't even remember. That was long as shit. But what I'm trying to say here is Ayaka didn't even have the potency of Miyabi, right? She wasn't even at her peak, like, efficacy at that particular point in time. I will say, though, that was a good one, but it's still not even close.
Imagine playing Ellen Joe in 2025. We're even making a skin and a story for this song.
The amount of people who try to defend this, like, Ellen Joe shit is insane to me, too, bro.
Sorry ass shark girl, just so you don't forget she exists.
Oh my god, man. That's so true, dude. They dropped the skin just to make people feel better about her, bro.
Now, you might disagree. You might say the games weren't released early. However, when you compare the 1.0 launches to what they are now, it's night and day. Not only in content, but also in quality of life, core game fixes, and player satisfaction.
Variety of content. Yep, they've expanded upon that. Core game dramatically changed and fixed. More quality of life. Yeah. They've honestly, I can't keep up with their quality of life. And then player satisfaction. Player satisfaction. To the core Zenless Zone Zero community, yes, nuclear W. There's still people who just for the life of them can't get into it. But yeah, I think that's all true.
Most gacha games do not improve to this degree in such a short span. In fact, it is such a stark contrast that I don't even see the two communities fighting anymore because they're actually enjoying their games rather than projecting their dissatisfaction.
Oh, well, Janet, you spoke a bit too soon on that one, buddy. Yeah, you spoke a bit too soon on that. You know, Twitter would say otherwise. Now,
towards another community. Have you ever noticed that when there's no content or anything new in a game, the community starts to get into all sorts of drama and unrest?
Fake news. China.
Obvious.
that was good. That was really good, bro.
Into all sorts of drama and unrest?
Fake news. China.
Fucking pokey, dog.
Obviously, content creators want to make content on that kind of stuff, but also just way more negativity and animosity between players as well. Suddenly, the two games have had the drama well dry up because they actually elevated the levels of their games so players can stop bitching. Now all the drama's in Honkai Star Rail where it belongs.
Okay, listen. Your words, not mine.
Now there is one thing I would like to note for anyone watching. I actually don't enjoy Zenless or play it anymore. However, that doesn't diminish my respect for developers that actually improve their games to please the players. Did they listen and overhaul so much for money and player numbers? Probably, since it never happened in Genshin or Honkai to this degree. However, that doesn't mean the developers aren't also passionate about the game. I don't have to like the game to acknowledge when it does something right.
Oh man, dude. Ooh, if only the whole community shared that sentiment. If only the communities, Hoyo Shills, and Kuro bots understood that sentiment there, man.
If more developers did this, then the competition would also have to, essentially creating an arms race of better games, bigger patches, and more improvements, otherwise they'd fail. Too many successful games sit on their ass and improve nothing, even when they have the ability to. Just look.
I was one of the first. So the only motherfucker getting praised for this. I was one of the first people that called this shit before these games came out. And I said, these games are going to raise the bar for expectations in the community and be a blade against blade that sharpens each other. And they're going to make sure that these developers are held accountable truly, purely by competitive nature. I remember I was going off about this before the games came out. I was like, guys, this is good. This is good. We need them to compete with one another. No one man should have all that power. No one man should have all of it. I said, support these up and coming gacha games that come out. Arknights, I don't give a fuck, whatever, Ananta, NTE, because no one company should be dominating the space the way Hoyo was dominating it, because it forces them, or it enables them to be fucking lazy.
Look at Fake Ground Order. The game's garbage and never improves, but still makes so much money just because there was an early game with a huge IP behind it. And look at how many non-gacha games got destroyed by tiny developed indie games last year.
And the game award goes to Belatra.
Oh God, I'm having PTSD, bro. Oh, I'm about to end stream. All right. Frame one in, bro.
Oh, congratulations again, local fans.
Competition breeds excellence. For us, the players, this is literally a win-win.
Me and Genizat literally share the same brain.
When players begin to spend and play less, it sends alarm bells to the company to begin change immediately, which let them push out such good updates sooner rather than in 2.0. Also, I just enjoy seeing people genuinely having fun and enjoying their game rather than pretending to like every little thing as though the game's amazing constantly when they give you one pull or some crap.
It's so fucking true, man. Oh man, dude, me and Vulcan talk about that all the time, bro. Volk loves talking to me about like how the Hoyo community was sucking off HSR in the beginning of its release. And he was like, mate, It's Genshin Impact all over again. Zenless Zone Zero is going to come out, and then they're going to do it all over again. They're going to say, look at what HSR's not doing. Look at what Zenless Zone Zero's doing. It's never going to end, mate. Oh, fucking people were glazing the tin pool at HSR like it was the greatest fucking gift to Earth. Like it was the greatest gift to Earth. Now everybody's pissed. Now everybody's like, oh, bro, HSR's not doing anything, man. And now they're doing it again. Now we're doing it all over again in Zenless Zone Zero.
Finally, there's one huge thing that we've all learned together. If players quit or stop spending money, the company actually begins to listen. They have to. Maybe if we all shake hands and agree to quit our favorite gacha games for a month, they'll release the best patch of all time. You in? I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a bunch for watching.
Fucking
Subscribe
great.
to the channel for more, and I hope to see you next time.
Genizad, you got to make more content. You do. Because this was exemplary content creator vibes. No drama, no, like it's just straight facts, objectivity, insightful, good substance. I'm slorp glorping because we don't see this enough in our space. And why the fuck isn't this video getting more views? It's insane.
Of chronically online morons.
I don't even know how many. I don't know how many people are watching me on Twitch. I never look at the viewership. I have 1.2K on YouTube, and I have however many on Twitch. I don't know. How did it only get another 100 likes? How? What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, go and support content that you claim you like to watch, because that wasn't drama. That was just fire. Get your lazy ass. You don't even have to fucking get up. Just click on the video that I'm linking and go and like it. Holy shit, you guys, bro. You lazy sack of shits. All right, hold up. Here you go. Click on the link, like the goddamn video. Jesus. Fucking hell, bro. Yeah. Like it. Share it. This is unacceptable. It's such a good video. Thank you. Thank you. 870.
Of chronically online morons in
Thank
their
you.
communities.
Thank you, chat. I mean, god damn it. Thank you so much. Okay, now you can call me a fucking idiot. All right, cool. I just want my brother to get support because, like, these are the kind of videos that the community is always like, we don't. There's all you guys drama for, man. Where's the content at? Bro had B-roll for every single ounce of this video. Kiana, thank you for 5 gifted. I appreciate it. He had B-roll for every ounce of this video. Like, it's just such a good video, man. W Genizad, you need to upload more, buddy.